episode 44 of the BAMCast. We have a random influencer joining us today. Hello, influencer.
Hi.
Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Um, it is so crazy to me still. We talk about it, or I've talked about it on a couple of episodes. I don't think with you, but like with other people that I've had on about how you've amassed this audience of like 6, 7, 800,000 people, whatever it is now, across like social. Like it's just insane. My little sister, and you just have like almost a million like fans and followers.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It honestly is kind of cool. It's like I'm laughing because I don't think I ever talk about what I wanted to do before this, but just like knowing that this was like totally unexpected and like never a goal of mine or even yours, but then we like somehow found ourselves here all because you and Chad, my old coach, and like your like kind of best friend situation, whatever,
Hmm.
um, encouraged me to like post on Instagram, and then it's just like it happened, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it is really weird. And I'm like, if you guys really knew how lame she was, like none of you guys would actually have hit the follow button. This is just my little sister, guys.
Yeah.
But no, it is crazy and it is wild to think about, and it doesn't like even really like occur to me that it's like a reality until I see crazy stuff like when it's me, you, and Jermaine and Kinsey, like we're all going out to dinner or something, and like you guys just get recognized randomly, and then like someone walks up and asks for a picture. Like it's so weird. It's like to like a lot of people, like you are like quote unquote like you're famous. You know what I mean? Like you're like a celebrity of sorts, and it's just crazy to see it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that at all. I think it's the same for me. I'm just like, oh, I'm just posting on Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Mhm.
And then same thing when people are like, oh my gosh, are you Addison Brinley or whatever?
Yeah,
And I'm like, wait, you know me? Like that's
yeah,
crazy. So yeah, I think it's the same for me. Like it just feels like I'm regular, like I'm not, which I am regular. Like I'm not anything special, but it's just
hmm,
like cool when people like, oh my gosh, I love your content, or I saw this video, and like I don't know. So that's like really cool. Definitely a blessing and definitely something very unexpected.
yeah, yeah. Which is good. I think. I mean, it's best when it happens to those people, not like the people that like are trying to become famous for some sort of like leverage or manipulation or whatever. Um, so I think you're definitely the right type of person for it to happen to. But
Thanks. That's very nice.
it just occurs to me sometimes, and I'm like, oh yeah, because with a lot of AR clients, whenever I mean, just with you being so like big in the industry, people will sign up with AR and then we'll like be on a call or something. I'll mention my sister and they're like, who's your sister? And I'll like be like, Addison Brinley, like the girl with the quads. And they're like, that's your sister. Like they'll like freak out and think it's so cool. And then other times it'll be like they sign up or they like start following me or whatever. And then you and I'll post like together. Like I'll post and tag you like when we're out or something, and they're like, wait, how do you know her? I'm like, that's my little sister, that's how I know her. It's always like the biggest ego check to me because I'm like, yes, I know she's super cool, that's my sister, blah, blah, blah. But everyone thinks it's super cool. They just cannot put two and two together. Maybe I don't even know why though, because our legs look so similar, but it's just crazy. But
I know. I feel like we've posted on social media though, like together several times, like just us, our family, all of that. But and we have the same last name on our Instagram too. So it
yeah, but people know you by
my
Addison
Instagram
Brinley.
handle,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever thought about changing that?
I've tried. Like I actually tried like a long time ago, but there are two people who have the Instagram handle that I want, like to change it to Addison Shields. Like I just want it to be my name or like a
Hmm.
period in my name or something. And people have those usernames. So I'm like stuck with,
Mm.
yeah.
Can you do like Addison dot Shields? And of course, someone's probably gonna like listen to this and go take it. But
Somebody already has that one. Somebody
oh,
has like Addison Shields and like Addison dot Shields, which are the two options I wanted because I want it to just be regular. I don't want it to be something crazy or weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, people already have those. And I've literally thought about like messaging them and being like, hey, I somehow have the username, or like, can I like trade? But no, I would never do that. So I'm just,
I messaged someone has the username just Baker because I've wanted for so long to change mine to just BAKKER. I think that would look cool, you know, just like super minimal looking, and I just have a weirdly spelled first name too, so I think that would fit. But the the one for some reason somebody has the account Baker and they've got, they don't follow anyone, they have like 2 followers and have never posted no profile pic. And so I've like messaged them a couple of times, like asking if I can, like, if they could, just delete their account if they're not using it, or if I can use it or whatever. And I've never heard anything back. So, but I think the only way to get to take an account from somebody is you have to have like a trademark and prove that they're like violating the trademark, which you can't do that with your name,
yeah, if
you
only.
know,
Yeah,
it sucks, but
that would be cool. It's probably literally like a spam account and like nobody's even
exactly.
active on it and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it
It
does.
sucks. But well, what's new with you? What do you have going on recently?
Not a whole lot. I don't have a whole lot going on, honestly. Just living life.
Yeah. No
Uh,
recent travel or anything? You guys haven't gone anywhere in a little bit?
no, we have not gone anywhere a little bit. I was supposed to go to the Olympia this weekend. I ended up not going. I feel like life is just kind of all over the place at the moment.
Hmm.
Um, so hopefully all the people at the Olympia have a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll get to go next year. But no, I think our last trip was down to Dallas with you guys, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is crazy because it feels so long ago.
it does. It does feel. And I know our next trip is also going to be to Dallas to see you guys and
Hmm.
home.
Yeah.
So
No,
excited.
it was we were traveling a lot for a little bit, and that's part of the reason I was like MIA. But we went straight from, so we had one friend come up over a weekend, our friend Alfonso, and then we had like a 2 day break or something, and then Felicity came and stayed for a week, and then we had like a one less than 24-hour break, and then we went and stayed with you guys for 2 days, and then we got back from staying with you guys, had like a 3 day break, went to Florida for a week,
Mhm.
and then we got back, had a 2 day break, and then closed on our house, and then now we've just been working on the house like every day and night since.
Yeah.
So, and that's been a week since then. So like that's been our entire lives for the last month and a half. It's just been insane. But you guys have some travel planned the rest of the year, no? For you guys are about to celebrate your 1 year.
Yeah, we are. But we're actually not going to travel this year. We decided. I think we're just going to do like gifts and dinner and all of that
Nice.
because we are probably coming down to see you guys, and then our 1 year would be the week after that. But I have a photo shoot with Rise right before that, and and then it's our anniversary, and then he has a trip with NoCo following
Mm,
that. So it's kind of like a lot of consecutive things. And then obviously November, like I'll be coming down to see our family, and then
yeah.
his family's traveling here, so we're gonna spend some time with them. So it's just like a lot coming up, and we were all like, no,
Yeah.
travel extra. So maybe next year. Still
Well,
trying to
the
convince all
idea,
you guys on New York too. So
yeah, yeah. I know Kinsey's down. The idea is that you'll have multiple anniversaries, so
yeah,
there'll be other chances.
yeah, that's pretty much what we were like. We're like, I mean, this one's like special and it's exciting, but just wait. Like, eventually we're gonna have another one, and then hopefully
Hmm.
like marriage, and then we'll have those anniversaries. So we'll make up for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. There'll be plenty of time. Plenty
Yeah.
of time. Well, I guess what I was thinking about like questions and stuff to ask you and things to talk about, and one of the things that came to mind is just talking about like motivation wise, and you kind of talked about how you didn't ever really intend to get into the industry, but now that you're in it and now that you have kind of amassed like the audience and the influence that you've kind of amassed, what do you feel like is your your biggest mission, I guess, within the industry? Like, what's your kind of like guiding light?
I think that my main thing is, which I feel like I've told you for a really long time, like my biggest thing is I want to have like that connection and that audience of women. And like my favorite thing ever is when people like shoot me a DM or maybe make a comment or talk to me in person and say like, oh my gosh, like you helped me so much. Like just watching your videos motivated me. Or I heard you say something about this and like I, put that into effect in my life and saw lots of changes. So I think my thing has always been like to create, to work out, to share things simply just to make a difference in somebody's mindset, somebody's life, somebody's workout routine,
Hmm.
even if it's like one person. Like, I don't
Yeah.
really care. Like, if it's helping somebody or motivating somebody or inspiring someone, then like that's my biggest thing. And then obviously, like with coaching, like just being able to teach people or like help people instill daily habits in their own lives and making it like a very livable lifestyle, that's also like super super important to me. So I would say that those are the two things that I enjoy the most and that kind of just drive me on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think that's super impactful. So, as far as like you're impacting women, right, and motivating them, do you feel like you have? I mean, there's a lot of people that like they lead with like a nutrition first kind of like specialization, I guess, or like a fitness first specialization. I know you've talked about like the like helping women take up space. Is that kind of where like the majority of that motivation factor lies? Is like I love when people come back to me and say, you know, she encouraged me or motivated me to like not be self-conscious in the gym and like, go lift in the free weight section with the guys, or like, is that kind of like your specialty, or what do you think?
I feel like I kind of did start there. But I think now it's more so, I guess it's kind of along the same lines. It's more so about like confidence. Like I had a client text me and tell me she was trying on bodycon dresses, which girls will know that those are like the tight dresses that fit you, that show the curves, that you feel like confident, sexy, whatever in. And she had texted me and said she was trying on these dresses and that she actually felt like great in them. She felt like beautiful. She couldn't wait to wear it. And this is something that she had never experienced prior to working with us. And so hearing things like that, I'm like, heck yeah, like I love that. I love to hear that you're feeling good in your own skin, that you're feeling confident, even if it's not in the gym, just in your day to day life. Like you feel good in that cute work outfit, or you feel good at this social event in that dress. Like those are things that motivate me and like really excite me. And then like our client Michael, who just competed,
Yeah.
had a conversation where he had started at 28% body fat when he started
Hmm.
working with us. He got it measured just recently and he's at 18%, and our goal is to get that down like another 6. So hearing things like that and seeing the transformation from a few years ago to now and seeing the mindset shift, the confidence that he carries himself with, like those things just like I don't know, like I love that. Like that makes me so happy to see that I got to play a role in this, and then I get to hear their wins and their achievements, and like I don't know, that like it just makes it's so rewarding. Like I don't know. And it's not even like personal gain or anything. Like I don't want anything from them. Like I don't know. I just like I love hearing that they feel good and they feel happy and they feel confident. Like that is the most rewarding thing that comes from all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It is. Whenever you there's no other feeling like understanding that you just impacted like someone's life, right? And like the way that they view themselves or what they view that they're capable of. That's kind of the thing. And I equate that to, the training that I've done with people, or like same thing with like a coach that hires us and then closes their first paid in full, or adds 3 clients in a week, or like the different like small things that
Mm-hmm.
they kind of like, you can tell that someone just realized they're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Like I am capable of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the coolest thing ever, because it kind of just opens up their world and their view of the world to like, whoa, what else can I do? Like if that wasn't an actual boundary, like what else am I just like kind of caging myself in with? So those are the coolest things when you can play some type of a small role in those little wins.
Yeah.
Um,
Exciting.
what do you see? Because I feel like a lot of people talk about or I don't really think I agree with it, so I'll kind of like frame it with that. But a lot of people talk about our industry having kind of like a lifespan for influencers or for athletes and things like that. What do you? How do you think that like your profile, your presence, your everything will kind of evolve? How do you plan to evolve it with time?
I plan to just evolve it like as life goes on, like I was in college at one point and I feel like I attracted a lot of college girls and I still do to this day, like just being younger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like I'm just going to evolve with that. Like working a job or like okay, let me reframe that because I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. But when I started out, I was in college. I was doing, 15 hours of school, working 25 to 30 hours, also like going through a bodybuilding journey, posting that on social media, going through a prep. So I feel like I attracted people who were kind of in a similar situation. And I still kind of attract the same people because I'm young and because I've been through that. And then right now, I feel like I'm kind of just like in a steady state of life. Like I don't really have like huge things going on quite yet. But working a job, managing this, managing social media, I feel like that kind of shows people that I don't know that you can do it all, that you can have a balanced lifestyle. Like it's very possible. And I know at some point, being married, having children, I'll be able to relate more to like the moms and what they're going
Mm-hmm.
through and like, share that. How do I manage being a wife, a mother, whatever? Like I think that is how I'm going to evolve myself and my platform by just showing this is how I'm doing this. This is how I'm managing these things that are going on in life. And this is how you can do the same. So that's kind of like my long term plan is honestly just as I grow as a person and like circumstances and life changes, how can I help the person in that same scenario? If that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
No, I that makes perfect sense. Um, and I think those are kind of the deepest. Somebody that comes to mind whenever you like talk about that is like Aubrey Bromlow.
Mhm.
Aubrey's done a fantastic job of like she was just like this crazy athlete, and she was like I I know she's kind of gone between like a bunch of different modalities from like CrossFit into bodybuilding into I think even some powerlifting at some point and kind of like all over the place, and then now they had their beautiful little girl Letty, and like it was all like everything mom related and like working out as a mom and doing all this thing like so she's kind of taking everyone through and now she's pregnant again. I think they're about to have their second little one. But they've kind of documented like all of the life changes through the way of that whole thing, and and built different companies and brands and all that stuff along the way as well. So I think that is kind of the way to do it and for longevity. And
Mhm.
I think another good thing about you is like you didn't come in on like a specific trend, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't become known as like the X girl. Like some people might say it's like the quads girl or whatever, but like you built your quads, it wasn't like you came in because of a certain pose or a certain like just like current like wave or trend. It was you just like documenting your journey, and so people don't know you as like a specific thing, so
Mhm.
like you sharing other aspects of your life isn't going to come across as weird to people, and so
Yeah.
you'll be able to take them on a very you know on a journey with you, which I think is a huge bonus of how you built your audience.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good. And I'm kind of like excited to continue to like evolve with them because I feel like that's really, really important. Like, the last thing you want to do is stay stagnant or stay in that like you said, like a lot of people have like a niche almost
Hmm.
and they have to stick within that niche, which I would say like I have like, fitness and lifestyle, of course, but I feel like it's broad. It's not like a super set in stone. Like I have to make this kind of content. I have to stick to this type of video or pictures or whatever. So I feel like it's exciting to know that as I evolve, I'm going to be able to have an audience that evolves with me. And who knows, maybe some of these people have been through like here from the beginning, and then we're going to hit all these stages of life like relatively around the same time, and we'll get to
Yeah.
do that together. So I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, and there definitely have been some because I know there's some people that literally were our first few clients at BAM that we still see in community events or even are still some of them are still our clients.
Hmm.
So it's crazy to kind of watch like the evolution of them in their lives and like
Yeah.
some people that come to mind are like Noah and Tiffany Johnson and
Mhm.
like we've watched them like have two kids now or three kids now and they just got married and like all these things and they participated in our very first like New Year Better You challenge
Yeah.
and we've kind of just like been able to keep tabs on their entire lives since then, which has been so cool.
Hmm.
um so it is very cool to see them evolve alongside of you. That's a really good point.
Hmm.
um in terms of just the growth of you as an individual and watching other people do the same stuff.
Yeah.
So I like that. What what do you feel like in terms of like a decade down the road? What do you feel like you want to be able to accomplish? Like not the big like by any means necessary question, but like what do you want to be? What do you feel like your career or like fitness looks like for you in a decade?
Obviously, like I feel like as time goes on, like it's gonna be more about keeping it sustainable. Like I don't think I'm gonna want to be like a bodybuilder forever. I don't really know where that's gonna be in a couple of years. Um, but I definitely want to make it a sustainable thing. And then I want to have a really strong community of women who are kind of experiencing the same things. Um, I mentioned to Jermaine, I think I've talked to him about it a couple of times, but eventually, like, I would love to have a nonprofit that's like kind of like a goal of mine that I don't know, I've brought up in conversation. Like, it was like such a random thing and it just kind of came to me, but I would love to have a nonprofit just to help like kids and everything get into sports. I feel like that's a really big thing, and I feel like it can have a really big impact on your life. So I know there's tons out there, but I would like to also have one and help, anyone and everyone that we can get involved in sports and athletics because I think that that's, I don't know, I think it's a huge thing, like mentally, physically, can do good in many areas of life, like having just like the discipline and this, foundation of sports.
Yeah,
So I'd like to do that eventually with my platform. I think that's a big goal of mine. Um, and yeah, just evolving, growing, and allowing myself to connect with women in the same position. Even men. Like, obviously, like we do work with men, and that is a lot of fun too, because I've, had a lot of great transformations with my male clients. But I just think that's kind of where I see myself down the line.
that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So nonprofit to help kids get involved with sports.
Mhm.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what do you feel like the path to get there looks like? Do you feel like it's continue to grow the things you got going on right now, and then as you build up, both like resources and continue to kind of build your influence and things like that, you kind of leverage those things into creating that?
Yeah, I think that it's more so right now, like just focusing on like growing and building like our own, my personal brand, business, all that good stuff. And then from there, just using like my connections, my audience, and like the people that I know to help, I guess, that nonprofit like thrive. Like my goal obviously is to help kids who may not have the access or the funds to get themselves the things that they need to be in sports. So if I can, use my community or like have my community involved in that, I think that it could be like super successful and like change a lot of people's trajectories in their life, or at least just help them like get involved. So I feel like that's kind of where it is. It's not necessarily, I don't know, starting on it right now, but just like having that community and that foundation to be able to set that up and have success and like actually utilize the people that I know now to, bring that into other people's lives, I guess. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Sorry, I feel like I kind of talked all over the place.
No, I think it makes perfect sense. That's awesome. I didn't know that you even had that as a goal, so that's huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I brought it up probably like 6 months ago or so, and I was just like, I think I want to start this, and he was like, okay, relax.
Yeah,
You can't start it right now. Like we can't just like jump into this. So I think that's just like a goal of mine because I do think that small little things like that can change a child's like life. It can,
totally.
put them in a situation where maybe they end up receiving that scholarship in 10 years, or maybe they fall in love with the sport and now it's an outlet for them, or maybe they want to be involved and they want to try things out, but they just aren't in a position to. So I feel like doing things like that and being able to bring that into someone's life can make a big difference because sports played a big role in our lives. We were
Hmm.
literally in sports from when we were 4 years old in t-ball to graduating high school, and then we moved into like bodybuilding, and so I feel like that's been a really big thing for us, and I want others to be able to experience the same thing. So
Yeah, super impactful. I love it. Wow, learning new things about my sister. That's awesome. Um, no, I think that's really cool, and I think that is a huge mission that seems aligned with kind of what you enjoy, what you like. So I like that a lot.
mhm. So
Um,
hopefully.
what about something I've been kind of curious about because with like the growth of like you and Jermaine's relationship, I feel like I've seen kind of like a shift in you as well, just in terms of like your own confidence and like even you talk about like your recent going more natural and like all of that type of stuff and feeling good about yourself, and it's super good to see you kind of like flourishing in all those ways and kind of like not that I ever have thought you like looked bad or anything, but like looking more like the Addie that I like also grew up with as
Mhm.
well. um so what do you feel like it is about like a just healthy relationship or maybe your relationship in general, and like how has that affected you and kind of where your headspace is at?
I don't know. I feel like it's funny because like I think I have been telling Jermaine for like the longest time. I was like, I think I want to go back to like brunette. I think I want to add some of that back in. I think I want to take off my lashes, and like he would always be like, okay, do it. Like just do it. Like let's make it happen. Come on. And I would always just say it but not take action. And then
Mm,
I finally just was like, he's right. Like I just need to do it. Like I need to stop talking about it. Just do it. I'll feel better. Like um, and I think that it's because like he does very much support me, and also just with me getting a little bit like older and I guess more mature and kind of understanding like I don't know. I still struggle with body image issues. I still struggle with things people say on the internet, but at the end of the day I'm remembering like I don't know, this is my real life. Like the people who are closest to me, the people who know me, like that's truly what matters at the end of the day. And so all of these people who give their opinion, like that's not the end all be all. So just remembering that and also being surrounded with people like you guys, my family, like him, who
mm-hmm,
support it and who are like, wow, that's awesome. Like you look great. I think that like really helps. And it's crazy because I think I used to like never, never want to be seen without makeup on, without mascara on. And then I got used to the lashes and then the platinum hair and like just being, I guess, me or closer to like the natural me that, yeah, you grew up with.
mm-hmm.
Like, I feel better. I feel a little bit more like me, like I'm free almost. So it's been a good thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, because there was and again, I've never thought you looked bad, so I don't want to come across as that. But there was a period in time where, in with other situations going on, where it was like every time that we saw you, there was like something different or something new.
Yeah.
And so it was from the outside looking in, you could, not that that was even like a conscious thought at the time, but like as I hear you describing it now, it's like whenever you are kind of like searching or trying to grasp for other things and trying to like find your way, if there's variables that you can change, like why would you not try and change those variables? You know,
Mhm.
whether it's hair color or your scary claws that you used to have, or like things like that, like that you would just kind of like change just for the sake of changing. Like maybe I look better like this, or maybe I like myself here, or maybe and so it does make sense that like as now you feel like you have that more of that security and support, or at least maybe you recognize it a lot more now. It feels more comfortable to just like kind of sink back into to you.
Yeah. I think that's like the biggest thing is I felt like if I changed something, if I did this, if I did that, maybe I'd feel more pretty, maybe I'd be more accepted, maybe I don't know, people would like me more. And then like just now being in the situation, like I think it comes with maturity and also just knowing that like external validation is just so like not where it's at. Like you
Hmm.
don't need that. Like it's truly like your life and who is around you the most that I feel like obviously you want those to be super solid people, but also their opinions are going to weigh are whoa. Their opinions are going to matter like way more than, you know, Sammy 67 on Instagram who said, "Oh, you should do this," or "That looks
Hmm.
ugly," or "You whatever." Um, so yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to see you happy. It makes me very, very happy and proud to see you happy and glowing and doing all these things as your big brother. So
Thanks. And I can rub my eyes now, so that's a perk too.
yes, you can, and you don't have to do this little thing that you used to do.
There's no way. That's funny.
It's a very common occurrence. That's why I can imitate it so
Yeah,
well.
that's hilarious
Um,
actually.
that's awesome. But now I think that's all the kind of questions that I have for you. I was just those are just some things that I'd been like thinking over as I, asked you to do this episode and everything. So I appreciate your time as always.
Of course. Are you gonna tell more people about your home?
Um, I feel like I did tell them about the home last episode, but
Did, but how does it feel being a weekend?
it feels pretty crazy,
Yeah.
honestly. Um,
I guess almost 2 weeks, technically, right? Because October 1st.
October 1st, yeah, I guess 10 days.
So yeah,
Hmm.
how does it feel now? A week and a half deep.
Um, I don't know. I mean, it does feel crazy, and it's like yesterday they came. I've got a YouTube video that I'm gonna put out either probably tomorrow or Sunday,
Hmm.
but the framers came yesterday. Her dad had some framers come out and put up like just some different structural things that we're kind of changing within the house, like a little extra wall and or like a little extra piece of a wall, and like building a closet in one of the rooms and like closing off a closet in another room and some stuff like that. And so coming in and seeing that, like the different, I don't know, it's like everything's taken out except for the tile in the front entry,
Hmm.
which we're gonna have to like, it's gonna be terrible. Hopefully I'll get some cool videos of it, but I think we're gonna have to like take real sledgehammers to it and like take it out like little chipped off piece at a time. Um, so maybe we'll wait for when you guys get there to do that part so you can have some fun.
Hard
But
labor. Thank you.
yeah, but seeing the frames go up for everything is what I'm trying to say. Seeing the frames go up for everything kind of lets you like picture like what it's gonna look like for the first time. And every kind of like small stage has been like a little bit of like a, oh, like I'm like what all that work that I just did or all the terrorizing myself that I've done to like make that thing happen, like, oh, it's done now. And like now the what I planned outlay X is gonna go there. Like it's it's very different to like walking through now and being able to actually see like, oh, there's gonna be an island over here, and like, oh, that's where the TV is gonna go, and like there'll be this is gonna be the couch, and like this is now our bathroom. Like it's just kind of weird like transitioning into it slowly,
Hmm.
and that we're actually it'd be totally different if we weren't like doing any of the work, I feel like. And although it would save me a lot of sanity, I definitely feel like I'm gonna appreciate it a lot more. Like I'm
Yeah.
already kind of proud. I feel like very proud of like that we've done all of this stuff ourselves so far. So I know like as we actually put stuff in and like build it out ourselves, it's gonna be like you're gonna feel even more of that. But it'd be very different if we just had like crews go in and then in 2 months we just like moved in. Like it'd be
Mhm.
very different. I feel like. So I am definitely appreciating like kind of the process, and you get like a feeling of pride, even though it's been a long ass hard day. You get a feeling of pride at the end of the day that like you did all these things on your house. Now these steps are the only ones that are remaining,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. I know that was kind of like a long, winding answer, but I'm definitely starting to feel like a little bit of pride in the process and kind of what it's turning into, and it's very cool. What I'm trying to say is to see like it starting to come to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be really cool. I mean, even though we've only seen like videos and like time lapses and all that stuff like right now, like it'll be really cool to just see how it all changes. Because you're right, like day by day, week by week, you're gonna see like the little like the layout changing a little bit. Like just those little things, you're gonna be like, wow, this looks like a completely different house.
It does.
So that'll be really cool, I think. And it's
Yeah.
cool that you guys are doing it yourselves.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's exciting. It is very exciting. We're right now, knock on wood, we're ahead of schedule. Um, so we just have the entry tile, and then after the entry tile, it's really we had the foundation worked on like pretty early on.
Yeah.
So like you have to let whenever they mess with the foundation at all, you have to let the house like settle before you start to hang like put in like hard flooring or tile or hang drywall basically,
Yeah.
because if it's not fully settled, then it'll kind of crack as the house is like settling down, so we don't want it to crack later on.
Yeah.
So we have to wait. They recommend you wait like 2 to 4 weeks after um, any type of foundation work to actually put some of that stuff in. So it's right now with us being where we're at in demo, we are going to kind of be like ahead, like maybe waiting for a few days before starting to put more stuff in.
That's
So
good.
it's
That'll be
kind of
really
where you want to be at, because if we can like finish up by Thanksgiving, that'd be ideal, so that we don't have to like you know go on Thanksgiving all stressed out about having to get back and move out of our apartment in like 48 hours,
yeah.
because that would not be the best case scenario.
No,
But
definitely not. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, you guys are like already killing it, so I'm sure you're gonna have a lot done in the next
we
like
hope.
3 to 4 weeks.
I hope it's just at least livable. Like if we can get like our room done and like the kitchen done, everything else can be worked on while we live in it.
Yeah,
But
honestly.
that's like the main thing. It's just having like a place to sleep and then a place to like make food and like keep food cold. Those are the main few things.
So just
But
get a
Kenzie's already
fridge.
trying to debate on like which room's gonna be the baby's room and all this stuff, and I'm like, what are you?
The
What
girl
are you
wanted a
even?
dog first. What are we
I
talking
know,
about?
and she does still want a dog first. So I'm like, why are we arguing about which one's gonna be the nursery right now if you want a dog for however long you want a dog?
That's funny.
So, and I think she thinks she's gonna get a dog for Christmas too. So
Good luck.
yeah, good luck, Baker. But yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. It's a lot of changes all at once. I'm gonna be doing a lot of the same stuff at work and at home soon because we have that new space for AR,
Yeah,
which we move into November 1st. Mike and I just spent a lot of money on like buying like desks and decorations and monitors and all that stuff for the office, conference table, conference chairs, like just spent a lot of money on kind of getting all that purchased and ready to move in.
that's good.
So we're going to be setting all of that stuff up and building all of that out and organizing it and hauling stuff and hanging up wall decorations, and so it's going to be at work and at home a lot of the same stuff.
Exciting moves though. Very exciting.
Yeah, all big stuff. It'll
Mm.
all pay off, but it's going to be a grind until it does.
Yep. Just a little hard labor for a couple more months.
Yes. Yeah. So, and we
Easy.
haven't even started the I just got a notification from a guy that is supposed to come like try and mow our lawn, and I haven't even started like any of the I'm not going to win the competition next year with all like the other guys on the husbands on the street, because the lawn just does not look good. They did not take good care of it before we moved in. And so I'm going to be fighting an uphill battle next year trying to compete.
It's okay. You got this. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Paint it
We'll
green,
see.
and then that's all you got to
Yeah. Might have to.
do.
Might have to also add grass to it, like artificial grass, because it's kind of a dirt patch right now.
Just do some turf.
Yeah. Be the greenest lawn on the block.
You don't even got to water it.
Yep. I'm into that. But no, it's coming together, just
It's good.
slowly but surely.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm. It is. Well, that's all I got for you today, sis. Unless you have anything else.
Nope, that's all I've got too.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching another or listening to another episode of the BAMCast. If you are listening on any type of audio platform, make sure that you follow the show and leave a review. It would mean a lot. I know that helps it to reach more people. And then if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, comment, like the video, and share the show with another person if you got anything out of it. That's the only way that it grows. We're not putting any money or ads or anything like that into the show, so it helps just anything you can if you got any value of it. So appreciate you guys and can't wait to see you in the next one.
Bye.